So design build is a sequence that gets students out of the studio and into the community. The students design small scale projects for nonprofit clients, and it allows them to, number one, design a project, but get into materials, get into detailing, get into sourcing materials, and ultimately to build a project that is constructed and real and is used by the community for numerous different things.
Design build is a collaborative environment. It's a team-built project. You have to work with other architecture students, which means you have to kind of work around with what everybody thinks about a design. And that's a good thing to me.
The students in this class are learning a lot. They're getting skills that you typically don't get from your normal architecture program. What I mean by that is a lot of times you get into architecture school and you get to design really great things more conceptually or schematically, and the buck stops there. So here they get to actually see their designs getting built.
This class is very holistic. It's very different than the previous studios because we draw things and we don't really know what they look like. It's just very two-dimensional. So this really gonna help with detailing later on. So you can go on site and then you can tell the contractor, this is how I want it to be, instead of the contractor telling you how it's gonna be put together.
Part of the goal of the B-Lab program and the design build in general is to get students into the mindset of looking at projects that happen not necessarily for high-end clients or for moneyed clients, but for everybody. So focusing their attention on areas of the city or anywhere where there hasn't been a lot of investment in the past, and bringing the skills of high-end design and beautiful and considered design to those neighborhoods and to those communities where that have been overlooked in the past or haven't gotten that sort of attention.
Is such an opportunity to work with the community, because in the real world, obviously, that would be collaborating with clients.
Having to deal with the sub-consultants, because sometimes in architecture we think it's just us, but then we did have to have a structural engineer on board, we had to have a contractor on board, we had the community, which was very cool, but at the same time it gets challenging to get all these people wanting different things and trying to listen to everybody and put it all in one project. Sometimes you kind of lose the design intent, but so far so good.
My favorite part of this class so far has been watching the students learn from each other. And each student is often surprised about what their biggest strength is, because a lot of times they weren't aware until another student mentioned it, right? Another really interesting part is the students that have their weaknesses and they're aware of it, and they want to take those and develop those into strengths.
I was very scared of construction. It's, I'm always very afraid of the tools, but it's something that we started doing in school. We have a wood shop, so we were kind of getting familiar with the machines, but it's very different to be out here in the sun. It's hot, so it's a different experience, but it's going to be memorable, and I'm so glad that I decided to do design build.
Taking that and what they've learned and now making it into this real project with an actual client that's a community that's going to be using it, you could just see their face lights up.
It's good to see that connection, to see who's going to be using it, really getting their input on the design. Sometimes we get too stuck on our own head and we kind of design what we want to design, not what they want. And so having them on board was very rewarding.
First and foremost, we'll finally have a gathering place for us to come out and barbecue, have some live music, have a few events. We want our seniors to come out here, and we want our kids to come and the families and things to come. So we thought that this particular project would be more than an outdoor kitchen, more than just a place where we wash our produce. It's a gathering place so the community can come here.
We're trying to bring together all these families and all these people living around the area to not only get together with themselves, but also to do some outreach in the surrounding areas.
I just want to thank everybody that was part of this project. SF Park Alliance, the Northridge Co-op, the teachers, the students. It's never just you in this field, it's a group of people. So being able to everybody listen to everybody and all coming together here was nice.